What if life is not so much a place to be, somewhere to be standing still, but what if life is like a path? A path that would wind over hills, a path that winds into the mountains and then gets lost into the mist. Mysterious, we can't always see too far up ahead. Sometimes we can just see where to put our next foot. But what if life was like that? A path. My name's Joshua Palmer. I am an artist and I'm a Christian. And one of the things I would like to do here is trying to combine both of those things, my faith and my creativity. I think God has given me the time and space to get good at doing art. Creativity is a part of God's nature as well. And did you know, you and I are made in His image. Yes, we are. And so creativity is embedded in our design. And so when we are creating, well, we are doing something that God designed us to do, and that within itself is just such a beautiful thing. I think there's things we can draw that really speak deeply about what we are experiencing emotionally, and so, well, let's have a bit of fun with it. Life as a path. Today, where do we find ourselves? What does the scenery around us look like? Now, this is the part where we can engage our creativity. Is the scenery around us beautiful? Is it decaying? Are there spider webs in trees? Are there leaves falling to the ground? Is it unsettling? Could you draw these things on a piece of paper? Could you draw what you're seeing right now? I'm seeing a path that winds over some pleasant hills, but then I can see that my journey becomes, more difficult. I can't see where my path is going. I had a verse here. It is in Proverbs 20:24. The Lord directs our steps, so why try to understand everything along the way? There's a lot of mystery to that, and so this is an invitation to trust in Him, because basically He knows exactly what's going to happen, and we don't. I want to feel like I know what's going to happen. I want to know where the path winds, and I want to make my decisions. But God is inviting us to trust in Him. And so our pathway might wind up to the top of a hill, where we can have a nice view, and up there, like a looking glass, we can see through it, and we can see the stars. It feels like that's the place we want to stay. But, well, as I was talking about before, we don't really stay anywhere, do we? From up on the mountain, we start coming down. We start walking down the hill, and it goes into more mist. And within the mist, there is thorns, sharp thorns, and they scratch our legs and get jabbed into our feet. There are dead trees. There's a sense that we cannot see where we're going, and we are like, where am I? What am I doing here? And we can feel those feelings of confusion and not know which way's which. But in Psalms 23:4, it says, even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. So God's rod and His staff is like His guidance and, in a sense, His discipline. God does discipline us. He pushes us away from things that bring us harm. God's guidance can comfort us in these places. We can ask God, Lord, what is it you want to show me in this time? You know, sometimes God would have it that you and I walk through dark valleys because it is good for us that we do. And it is hard. But you know what? I think it would be even more difficult to turn around and go back, because somewhere beyond this misty, confusing, frightening valley is something that God has for us. And so we must persevere. God is with us. He walks beside us. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. There it is. God is inviting you to put your trust in Him, not in your own understanding. Peace.